Hello. Are your high schoolers about to graduate for college, or are you yourself planning on going to college this year or the years to come, but you do not know how you're going to pay for it because, we are all not trust fund baby, and as an immigrant, I can tell you how I graduated from college debt free, no financial aid, no scholarship, and of course, no as a trust fund baby. If you are in this situation, then this is the video for you. Stick right here with me. I'm going to spill all the tea on how I graduated from college debt free and how maybe you can do the same if you choose to. And I will also give you other better ways that I have discovered that it could help you. Welcome back to the Majority Mindset. My name is Sylvia. If you're new here, I thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a current subscriber, I appreciate you for sticking with me all this while. But the new ones, if you have not subscribed yet, please do me the honor and subscribe and be part of this journey on Majority Mindset. I encourage you with biblical principle to get you out of there, stay out of there, and start to build generation where I give you all the tips and tricks and tools to help you reach your personal financial goals. Let's get right into today's video. When I first go to the States, I did not know anything about student loan. My goal was to go to school, get a certificate, and get me a good job. As I've said it in one of my videos already, the people that I was with encouraged me that community college was a better option because of the low tuition. So I took the advice and went to community college. Even though community colleges are cheaper compared to regular 4-year university, you still have to pay for it. I don't know about you, but most people who migrate here, if you don't have your parents here and you came here, but you don't have any money sitting down waiting for you to use it for school and other stuff. You just have enough that you brought into the country with the hope that you get a job and make more money and save. So back to how I did it. I went to community college. I went in-state community college because out of state is expensive. If you're new here, please listen careful. It might help you. Out of state, for instance, if you live in Illinois and you want to go to school in California, you will be paying, even though you are a citizen, you'll still be paying out of state tuition, which is usually 2 times the tuition that you pay if you were in your home state. So bear that in mind. I got myself a job, and actually 2 jobs, okay? I'm not saying you should do the same thing, but like I said, I'm telling you how I did it. Got 2 jobs, working 32 hours on one job and 16 hours on one job. And I used this money to pay for my tuition and other expenses. I packed my lunch from breakfast to dinner, I would say 6 days out of 7 days, because I was working most of the time and going to school most of the time also. I was taking about 11 to 18 credit hours, depends what the term is, okay? There were times I was lucky to take 11 credit, which makes it easy for me. I did not party that much because I didn't have the time. Apart from that, partying also is expensive, it's not cheap and it's not free. I mean, don't get me wrong, once in a while, I'm not saying you should not go out with your friends, but once in a while, yes, I'll go out with my friends and blow off some steam. If you're wondering why I did not take student loan, is that I didn't know about student loan from the beginning. I knew that I had to pay my own tuition. Little did I know that student loan debt can be quite detrimental. It's one of these countries' biggest debt in the US alone. A lot of people would not be able to pay for their student loan until they retire. That's how bad it can be. And this is not to discourage anybody, because I know when you are going to go to like law school or med school or some of this Ivy League schools, you really has to take student loan. And I have nothing against that. That's not the whole goal. But there's also a better way you can do that. So if you're an immigrant parent who do not know much about the system and have no clue, and you are in this deep concern that, hey, has my child going to college, and that may affect your child not going to college, or you considering your child may not going to college, I'm here to give you hope that, your child do not have to skip college because you do not want student loan debt and you don't know how you're going to pay for it. There are other better ways to go about it, and your child can still graduate debt-free without student loans hanging on the whole family's neck. First thing I would encourage you to look into to make sure what your child wants to study, if he can go to community college, and contact them to see that if he goes to community college, can he transfer those courses into a 4-year college should he decide to go to 4-year college after graduating from the 2-year college. Also, definitely it should be in-state community college also, because if you go out of state, of course, unless the course that the children or you yourself want to do is not in a state that you are in, that I cannot comment. But if it's something that any of the schools around you can get, then why not do the in-state one? But always double check and make sure that the courses are transferable to the college you intend to go, to the university you intend to go in the future. Another suggestion is, while they are still in school, please find some money to let them write that ACT or SAT as much or as many as they can, because from statistics shows that most of the time as people write, they get better and better, and that I will hope you know that can get them a full ride in scholarship, or at least half scholarship. Even if it's half scholarship and it's a local community college or in university, it's still half of the student loan that you have shaved off. One thing I've noticed as humans, when we participate in something, we tend to value it more. What am I trying to say? When your child pays some of this tuition from his or her own money, they will not be coming back that, you know what, after one semester, I don't like it, I drop off this and that, or I don't like this course, and blah, blah, blah. So all I'm driving at least let them get about 10 hours job somewhere. They don't have to get a full-time job, and let them use some of this money they will get from their earned job to help you pay for this. In that case, they know that their hard-earned money also is in there, and they are in for the right to finish without dropping on the way, because these are some of the things that get a lot of people in trouble. They will go to all this expensive school, but some people will not finish whatever major they chose. They will probably about a year or two later, they will decide that, nope, this is not the course I want to do something else. In as much as there's nothing wrong with it and going for your passion, we all know that sometimes passion alone does not pay the bill. So there's nothing wrong following your passion, but if you can at least finish one major, use it to work, and then use that money to pursue your passion, and then dump that job after your passion is flourishing and it's making you money so that you can pay your student loan if you have taken one. But oftentimes people do not do that. They will not complete the college to get them the degree to go get a better job, or sometimes they choose a course that is their student loan is so high, but then the job that is equivalent, the job prospect pays very low that they could hardly pay their student. And this debt, as soon as you're done with school and start working, the interest start building up. Yeah, 4% interest rate might not be so much for you, but over the years you see yourself drowning in it. It will be hanging on your neck, and most people will be thinking that maybe by the grace of God some kind of government will come and give us student loan relief, or it will just go away. No, it will not go away. So I'm not trying to talk down on anybody, but let's plan well, because we are immigrants here. The system has been structured in a way that if you know how to use it to your advantage, we can avoid certain financial hardship or difficulties, and also to be able to enjoy the dream that we came here to pursue. Another great opportunity for upcoming high schoolers that they can take advantage of it. I encourage your kids to go on myscholarly.com to apply for scholarship every day. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes to fill out one scholarship. Please let them go for the smaller ones that nobody is going to look at it. I got this trick from Dave Ramsey. Shout out Mr. Ramsey. My Scholarly is amazing. A lot of people don't know about it, and it breaks my heart that they don't know. Go for the $50 scholarship, $250, $100. Apply all of them, because nobody applied for them, and you will take advantage of this. Imagine, even if it's $1,000 and it's a community college, you can pay for 1 or 2 subjects. That is so a way of shaving off, and then you getting a little bit here from your job, or your mom is also helping or something. Please, the whole point is for us not to graduate with a lot of debt hanging on our head. If you have so much debt as soon as you graduate from college and you don't have a good job, you're already in debt. Unless you get a good job or you're working about 2 to 3 jobs, and that makes you've started life struggling already with all this debt. And those of you who probably thinking, what if I'm going to pharmacy school or med? I'm a med student. I've been in class with a lot of med students doing pre-med. Actually, let me be specific, taking pre-med classes with me in class, because it will be transferable. They're trying to cut down their costs, and that I get it. You have to take student loan, but you can also take courses from community colleges that are transferable to cut down the cost. Another great way that you can think about it or encourage your child to do is maybe just get a 2-year college degree, and then get a job and have your employer. A lot of employers will now pay for your give you tuition reimbursement. What more can you ask for? There are a lot of great companies such as P&G, Abbott Pharmaceutical or Abbott Laboratories, Comcast. They all help their employees to get further education. At some would say 50%, they'll pay 50% or 80% if you make your grades. That's a good way also to look at it. So parents, if you haven't thought about that, it's not a bad idea. Can you imagine how life would be if you graduate from college and you do not have debt already waiting for you to pay? it's amazing. You will be one step ahead of your peers, because while they are working to pay off their, you could be using your money to start investing and compounding in your interest, and you'll be ahead of the ladder. That's my whole goal. I want to empower everybody that, you know what, yes, we all can be multimillionaires, but we can beat hardship if we start planning and structuring our life well. Forget about the mistakes. The mistakes we've already made, and we're probably gonna make more mistakes along the way. But with determination and gradual planning and good planning, certain things can be in place for us that someday somebody will look at you and think you are a trust fund baby. No, whereas you were not a trust fund baby because you had good financial planning from the get-go. Find any of this content beneficial, kindly subscribe if you have not done so already. Share it with at least one person in your life. You may never know who it might help. Also comment and like this video, because that's the only way YouTube will recommend my video to people who actually really needs it. And as I said, if you're an immigrant parent, this is another great opportunity for you to encourage your children to take advantage of it. That is college credits whilst they are still in high school. Probably there's a few graduating this year. It might be a little too late, but hey, it's never too late for those of us starting. You won't believe how much one statistics book will cost $150. But if you're in high school and you're taking this class while you are still in high school at a college, you will get it free. The government will pay for you free. I know a lot of high schoolers that, and I was actually in class with some of them. Yes, an old lady like me, being in class with all these young folks. They are so smart, by the way. You take advantage of these classes. You can get 2 years of your college whilst you're still in school. I know many people know this already, but if you're new in this country, maybe instead of even going to get a part-time job, you can use that as your way of saving money by taking this college credit classes, and then get 2 years of your college, and you have just 2 years left to have a 4-year degree, all paid for. That's a great way. I was in class with one person. I don't know how she was doing it. One girl, she had a job. She was in high school and still taking college credit class, and still she was acing that like crazy. Of course, I know not everybody can do that, but think about this and take a great advantage of this program. Stay at home, young folks. Take advantage, because it's not that easy out there to go rent and have all this debts coming from different ways. And I appreciate you for sticking through the end. Until we meet again with tips and tricks on how to save and build wealth. Shalom.